So, Marina Mabrey, straight up, will not be traded. A lot of people think there's going to be some sort of a holdout and whatever the agent has said, and just a whole bunch of things. A lot of people thought, that there was a chance that Marina Mabrey could end up still getting traded from the Connecticut Sun, but no. Marina Mabrey will be a member of the Connecticut Sun next year. No matter if they want to or not, she will still be a member of the Connecticut Sun. So, yeah, it's a bit of an interesting thought process from the Sun, what they're trying to do. But their president has talked about it, and this is what the Sun president has said. So, Connecticut Sun star Marina Mabrey requested a trade in early February after the franchise seemed to begin a rebuild. However, the Sun denied a trade request a week ago, and the president outlined their plans for Mabrey. Speaking on the Locked On Women's Basketball podcast, Rosati was asked if Mabrey trade demands to the Sun are not actively trying to deal her. The president explained they had invested in the 28-year-old guard and hired a coach who would make her a focal point on offense. Keeping Mabrey for another season was something we felt was a priority for us and something that we were going to make happen. And it also speaks to the value that we put in her and what we think she's capable of. Obviously. Speaks to the fact we hired a head coach that wants to make her a focal point of the offense in a way that she maybe wasn't last year. So I think it's going to end up being a big positive. I think we're going to make this work and we're not worried about it. But obviously, the agent released a statement, and I think that the agent going through everything publicly, like the agent literally went and started made a public trade request, which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. But the way she has been, she has been talking about the trade, and it's such a weird thing. The way she was talking, the way the GM was talking about trading for her initially, was still one of the weirdest things I've ever heard from a GM before.
Last year, in the middle of the year, when we were trading for Marina, I said to Morgan, "This is why I can't be a GM, because I'm a people person. This is hard for me. Marina is a terrific player. It was 100% worth trading for her for a ton of reasons. But when people ask me about what we had to give up, they think I'm talking about our draft picks. Mm-hmm. And I will be honest with you, I actually cried when we had to give up Rachel Banham and Mariah Jefferson. No doubt. But I said, I can't do this in this role because I'm heartbroken. I don't even know them that well, but I know they're great people. And so when you give up two great people, you give up a draft pick, it's because you know that person you're trading for is worth it. And we feel like Marina was worth it, right? She was worth it bringing in last year. We felt like she was the piece that we needed to get over the hump. It didn't work out for whatever reasons, not because of Marina, but because it wasn't our time. Mm-hmm. But we felt like that was a good investment for us to make, with bringing her to Connecticut. And we've invested in her, not just financially, but we've both, with her contract and off-season marketing agreement that we have with her. That's on.
So obviously they're paying her not during the season. So they're obviously saying we have some other thing that people don't know about, which obviously makes this whole thing a bit more interesting.
Going right now, and time that our trainers have put in with her, and making her kind of the face of our future. And so, these things happen in all of professional sports, that players change their minds. But we felt like we had to do what was best for the organization and all the moves that we've made. And so, keeping Marina for another season was something we felt like was a priority for us and something that we were going to make happen. And so it speaks to the value that we put in her and what we think she's capable of. It speaks to the fact that we hired a coach that wants to make her a focal point of our offense in a way that maybe she wasn't last year, right? So I think it's going to end up being a real big positive, and I think we're going to make this work, and we're not worried about it, no matter what's happening publicly. I think that Marina's a baller. I think she's competitive. It's the reason that we wanted her here, and I think she's going to have a great individual summer. And then, whatever happens in the future going forward, that will be hopefully a private discussion between Morgan and Marina as we kind of.
Yeah, she's not staying in Connecticut. Whatever about going forward, she's not staying in Connecticut. That's it. We can be honest here. She's not staying in Connecticut. It's not happening. That is just straight up not happening. She is not staying with the Connecticut Sun. We have to be honest. She's gone. She is absolutely gone at the end of the season. But yeah, like look at this. They should let Marina go for the optics alone. If I'm a free agent, I'd never go to Connecticut. A free agent's never going to go to Connecticut anyway. What do you mean for the optics alone? Like, do people not understand being like that? There's people are like, oh, you have to give in to the players for the optics. If you want to win, by the way, if you're someone who wants to win, you're going to go to a franchise that wants to win. Like, giving her away, like, I'm saying, if people say for optics alone, you should let every player do whatever the hell they want. No one's ever going to come to Connecticut. If you can be a poverty franchise. You can be a poverty franchise. Like, imagine, let's just say hypothetically, you joined the Connecticut Sun to play with Marina Mabrey. Specifically, if you're another free agent. And then Marina Mabrey says, I want to go, and you just give in to her demands. If you're that other free agent, you're pissed. You're pissed. Like, the amount of people that might have gone to Connecticut. There's no way Tina Charles was not told, we're keeping Mabrey, we're keeping Cloud, and we're going for it, going into this year. If you just let Mabrey walk, you're pissing off Tina Charles. You're pissing off the other players. Like, people don't understand that. It's like, if you just let player empowerment and you let the players do whatever they want, and it doesn't matter if they want to trade, you trade them for a bag of chips. If you start to do that, then it doesn't really matter what you do. As like as a franchise, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's as simple as that. Like, people are like, for optics, you should let a player go. No, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. They should let Marina go for optics alone. If I'm a free agent, I would never go to Connecticut. Completely. Organization still says should be thankful. It's a bad organization. But like, not letting Marina leave is not a reason to go to Connecticut. Like, it's about your facilities. Nothing to do. She wanted to go to Connecticut. It's nothing to do with the facilities. They gave up a lot to get her. If she wants to be a role player, she should stop getting big contracts. Which is a follow-up about what the off-season marketing campaign entails, if it was discussed prior to the trade. Yeah, it is one of those things where, all in all, the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, I think I understand what the Sun are doing. Like, I get what the Sun are doing. It makes perfect sense. It makes absolutely perfect sense what the Sun are doing. Not even perfect sense. Like, it's dumb. It's dumb way to run a team. But it makes sense why they're doing it. I can see the logic. I think it's dumb. I think it's much better to get your assets and tank for Juju. But it's dumb trying to win this season, because it puts you in a near 0% chance to get Juju Watkins, even though you're going to suck in 2027. But I can see trying to compete, because the goal to sports is to win, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.